Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and thick woods, lived a sweet little girl named Red. She was called Little Red Riding Hood by everyone because of the bright red hooded cloak her grandmother had made for her. Red loved wearing it so much that it became her favorite thing in the whole world. One sunny morning, Red's mother called her into the cozy kitchen. "Red, dear, your grandmother isn't feeling well. I've baked some delicious cookies, and I want you to take this basket to her. It has her favorite treats and a special pot of homemade soup. Can you do that for me, sweetheart?" Red's mother asked, handing her a wicker basket filled with goodies. "Oh, yes, Mama. I'll go right away," Red replied with a big smile. She put on her red hooded cloak, kissed her mother goodbye, and skipped along the path that led to her grandmother's house. As Red entered the enchanting woods, she hummed a cheerful tune. The trees whispered above her, and birds sang melodious songs. Red felt a warm breeze as sunlight filtered through the leaves. Everything seemed so magical. Little did Red know that someone was watching her every move. Deep within the shadows, a cunning wolf named Wiley observed her with greedy eyes. Wiley had a plan to trick Red and reach her grandmother's house before her. The cunning wolf approached Red, keeping a safe distance. "Hello, Little Red Riding Hood. What brings you to the woods today?" he greeted her with a sly smile. Red, being a kind and innocent girl, replied, "I'm on my way to visit my grandmother. She's not feeling well, and Mama sent me with this basket of goodies for her." "Oh, how thoughtful of you. Your grandmother must be really proud to have such a caring granddaughter," Wiley said, pretending to be friendly. "But you know, these woods can be a bit tricky. Why don't you tell me where your grandmother lives, and I'll make sure you get there safely." Red hesitated for a moment, but the wolf's kind words reassured her. She shared the location of her grandmother's house, unaware of the sly intentions behind Wiley's smile. As Red continued her journey, the crafty wolf took a shortcut, reaching the grandmother's house well before her. He knocked on the door, imitating Red's voice. "Grandma, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've brought you some treats and soup." The elderly voice inside replied, "Come in, my dear." Unaware of the deception, the wolf pushed the door open and entered the cozy cottage. Meanwhile, Red reached her grandmother's house and knocked on the door. To her surprise, the door was ajar. She entered cautiously, calling out, "Grandma, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood." To her astonishment, she found the cunning wolf in her grandmother's bed, wearing a nightcap and pretending to be ill. "Oh, my dear Red, I'm not feeling well. Please come closer," the wolf said, trying to hide his sharp teeth behind a fake smile. Red, being a perceptive girl, noticed something was amiss. "Grandma, what big ears you have," she exclaimed. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf replied, trying to maintain the disguise. "But Grandma, what big eyes you have," Red continued. "All the better to see you with, my dear," the wolf replied, growing anxious. Finally, Red pointed at the wolf's sharp teeth and said, "And what big teeth you have." Unable to contain his true identity any longer, the wolf sprang from the bed, revealing his cunning plan. Red, quick on her feet, darted out of the cottage and into the woods. With the help of some nearby woodcutters who heard the commotion, they chased the cunning wolf away. Red's grandmother was safe, and they all shared a good laugh at Wily's failed attempt. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood learned to be cautious and never to trust strangers in the woods. She continued to visit her grandmother, but she always kept an eye out for any cunning creatures that might cross her path. And as for Wily the wolf, he learned that honesty and kindness were always the best choices in the end.